This is America, for now at least. So what is a concealed carry handgun that you need to have, that you need to buy right now? All right, I'm out on the range breaking in a new concealed carry holster. You should always break in your gear, by the way. My name is Anthony. Welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that you can get notified when we put out content like this. This is the one gun you need to buy. And I know you're waiting, right? You're waiting for, hey, is he gonna say SIG? Is he gonna say Glock? Is he gonna say Springfield? Is he gonna say Smith Wesson? At the end of the day, you're gonna choose and buy the gun that you want and can afford. And so this video is not gonna do what every other video does. It's not gonna take the coolest, hottest gun on the market and try to apply it to you and say, hey, buy that gun. No, that's not the gun you need to buy, because that's not based on any common sense approach to self-defense. So the goal of this video is to arm you with sound defensive handgun information, evaluating the situation of your life, your opinions, your preferences, so that you can choose the perfect handgun for you that you may need to employ to save your life in a critical dynamic incident or the life of someone you love. But before we get into that information, check out this shirt, Gun Control. This is the only type of gun control you need if you read this shirt loud and clear. Well, if you want to support this channel, the best way to do it is pick up one of these t-shirts. You can get it at the link in the card above, or you can get it in our store in the link below, and I'll also link to it in the description. All right, let's get right into it. The defensive handgun information I'm about to give you is going to be based on 4 sound principles. If you have any questions, please put those questions in the comments below, and I'll do my very best to answer those questions the best I can. All right, so choosing the gun you need to buy. Number 1, you need to evaluate the type of gun that's right for you. And type is assessed by one major factor, and that's reliability. The number 1 thing you need to look for in a handgun to save your life is reliability. So let's talk about that. In other words, your life or someone else's life may depend on you employing that handgun. Now, whether you can employ that handgun, that's up to you. But if that handgun goes bang when you need it to go bang, that's up to the manufacturer, and that's up to your due diligence going through a video like this and saying, hey, have I selected a reliable handgun? Reliability means that handgun you've chosen to save your life has a proven track record in all aspects of performance. However, reliability also means that in a high-stress, critical dynamic incident, you can employ that handgun and it'll function easily enough with gross motor skills when you're under dynamic stress that it will function properly and you'll be able to operate it properly. So a gun can have a great track record in shooting sports, law enforcement, or even military applications, but it may not be the right gun for you to carry every day to save your life. So if that gun requires super fine motor skills to operate that gun, then chances are it is not going to be the best gun for you from a standpoint of efficiency and speed. In other words, getting enough shots on target to stop the threat immediately. That's what you need that handgun to do. So in my opinion, there are 2 main types of handguns out there that you should be choosing from. And one is semi-automatic striker fire pistols, and the other is a double action revolver. These 2 types offer the highest mechanical reliability on the market that you can buy. Now, if I have to choose between a semi-automatic striker fired pistol and a double action revolver, I'm going with the striker-fired semi-automatic pistol. And here are the reasons. In most cases, a semi-automatic striker-fired pistol is lighter than the revolver, it is easier to operate than the revolver, and more simple in design. To add to that, typically striker-fired semi-automatic pistols have a higher round capacity, and they are easier to reload by far. And then lastly, the semi-automatic striker-fired pistol is more comfortable to carry in most cases compared to a double action revolver. Semi-autos are usually more streamlined. They don't have as many surface bumps, cylinders, switches, and things like that will make it uncomfortable to shoot and uncomfortable to carry. So in short, because of the simplicity of design and user friendliness from a gross motor skills standpoint, I would recommend you choose a semi-automatic striker-fired handgun over any other handgun on the market today. So that narrows down the type of gun. Let's go on to number 2, choosing the size, shape, and fit of the handgun for concealed carry or self-defense. And basically what we're looking for in this category, you should say, wow, that feels as a natural extension of my body. So the goal behind it is that you can use that gun as comfortably and as naturally as possible. It doesn't feel strange or out of place when you use it. It becomes second nature, so that when you're in a self-defense critical dynamic incident, you don't have to think twice about using and operating that gun. And on top of that, you can carry it comfortably all day, every day. If the gun you choose does not fit well or feel good in your hand psychologically, you will not want to train with that gun. You will not want to carry that gun. So this means the gun cannot be too big. It cannot be too small. It needs to be just right. But the good news is the enormous number of guns out on the market for you to select from in the striker fired pistol category makes it a whole lot easier than it has been in past years to find a gun that fits your hand exactly right. So take your time in this aspect. Try friends' guns. Go out and rent guns at the range if you need to. Go to the gun store and try all the different types out there that are available before you select that perfect gun that fits you just right. Now, size and fit will begin with grip. Now, as you grip that gun, you want to grip it up as high as you can, and your hand should feel natural up there. It shouldn't feel overly full or not full enough as far as the grip around the handle. And your 3 remaining fingers should feel comfortably wrapped around the front part of the grip of the handle. And then secondly, your wrist should feel comfortable and in line with your hand as you grip that pistol and you go to point that down range. It should feel as a natural extension of your body. Thirdly, your index finger, it should feel comfortable on that trigger. You shouldn't have to overstretch or not be able to stretch far enough. It should fit right in the center so that the middle of your index finger first pad fits comfortably right on the center of that trigger. And fourth, your thumb should fit comfortably on that frame right where it's designed to go. Fifth, you should be able to maintain a proper one-handed grip on that gun and be able to operate that gun with one hand if necessary, because in a critical dynamic incident, you never know when this hand will be tied up and or injured and not be able to be used. So you should be able to operate all the controls on the gun one-handed if necessary. And then sixth, your non-dominant hand pad. It should have plenty of room to make full contact with that gun so that you can achieve a proper grip when shooting that gun. The more surface contact you can comfortably and naturally make on that gun with both hands is going to aid you tremendously in recoil management and maintaining a steady shooting platform. All right, on to number 3, choosing ammo capacity and caliber. Now, I know I'm going to take it on the chin in this video for this one, but I firmly believe 9mm is the best selection for concealed carry for self-defense. So go ahead and let me know in the comments where you differ or where you agree, but here's my opinion, and that's the one I'm sticking with. So considering capacity and caliber and recoil management, 9mm for me is the one that's going to make me be able to engage that target the quickest and put as many follow-up shots as necessary on target as fast and efficiently as possible. And so that's my choice for caliber and capacity, and I believe science bears that out. By and large, the data out there in the handgun world and the self-defense world points to 9mm as being the best for capacity, meaning you can carry the most of them, but still have sufficient stopping power to stop a threat. 9mm most effectively combines capacity and recoil management, or the ability to control that gun and get shots on target. So 9mm affords you the power that's necessary to do enough damage to your attacker's body to stop them from doing any harm to you. And that's been proven true many times in any given real-world scenario that you may find yourself in. Lower the caliber, and you may not be able to cause sufficient damage to your attacker to stop them from hurting you. Increase the caliber, and you may not be able to control that gun enough to put enough shots on target to stop the threat. So with all that said, and I know there's going to be a lot of comments, and go ahead and put them down there. You're entitled to your opinion. This is America, for now at least. But 9mm is the most balanced out caliber and capacity that I believe you should choose for your self-defense weapon or your concealed carry handgun. So that's capacity and caliber in a nutshell. On to number 4, and this is a rounded out category to kind of complete what we're looking for in a selection for concealed carry or self-defense, and that is aesthetics or looks, availability, and cost. Let's talk about those real quick and we'll end this video. Now let's talk about availability. Legal restrictions in some states may prevent you from owning the handgun that you want to own, especially with capacity considerations and things like that. There's no advice I have for you in that case other than move. If you live in a state that does not allow you to possess the handgun of choice that you feel the most comfortable to save your life in, then chances are you don't need to live in that state anyway. Now, there may be other stocking considerations where you go into the gun store and that gun that you think will fit your hand perfectly and be the right capacity and caliber and be the right type of gun, but they're out of stock. And so then you can go to online. You know, there were years in just the recent past where you just couldn't find any of the handguns out on the market that people really wanted to purchase because they really wanted to purchase them. So now is the time to go out and get that handgun while things have kind of lulled down, at least at the shooting of this video, that you can pretty much go out and find the handgun of choice that you want to purchase. So that's availability. If it's available, certainly you should go out and get it. Now cost, I will boil it all down to say for about 500 bucks, you should be able to get the handgun of your choice that is not only the type of handgun you need, but that it fits your hand with fit, shape, and size, but also with caliber and capacity. For 500 bucks, you can get just about any semi-automatic striker-fired pistol out on the market that is well balanced in caliber and capacity, and that is the right size, shape, and fit for your hand. It's just a matter of you going out and doing your due diligence and finding that gun and where it is available. Now I realize some of you may not have 500 bucks to spend. You may have $200 or $300. You do have to get what you can afford, but maybe if you have to wait a little while and save up, or even buy the less expensive gun that may not be just perfect, but it is reliable. That's key. You have to have reliability, and then it's not exactly what you want, but maybe then after you save up and in a little while, you can trade that gun in or sell it private party and get the rest of those funds together and buy the handgun of your choice that you know is your ideal handgun. And lastly in this section, I'd like to talk about looks of the gun itself. I put this last because too much emphasis is placed on the new cool gun. That's not the way you want to purchase a handgun. Now, if you go through all those other options and it leads you to the coolest looking handgun or the one that you think looks cool, you know what? Then so be it. That's the way it is. I carry a not so cool looking handgun according to some people, and some people think it's really cool, but that doesn't matter to me. What I'm interested in is, will that gun go bang when I need it to go bang and save my life or the life of the people that I love or the life of bystanders that I'm trying to save? That's what I'm concerned about. All right, so this has been choosing that handgun that everyone's looking to find. That's the one you should be looking to find, the one that meets all those attributes and is the perfect gun for you. As always, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I want to thank you for making the choice to defend yourself and those you love. If you've hung in there with me this long, please go ahead and like this video, share this video on your social media platforms, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification so that you can be notified when we put out other content like this. And again, if you want to support this channel, grab yourself a cool t-shirt. There's none cooler than this. Well, there might be some other cooler ones down in there, but go check them out and see which one fits you. As always, God bless you and yours.